In my work, I often talk about the power of what you need to do in terms of the concept of being optimal, being at your very best, that kind of energy, and breaking energy down. It's not just energy, it's not just the confidence or enthusiasm, motivation, it actually tends to be different things. But you can look at, for example, the body, heart and mind, so what you need to do physically, emotionally and cognitively to be at your very best. And that breaking it down is really good. There's loads of good practice to that. It means you've got a more rounded approach. It means you don't take any shortcuts, just paying attention to one energy source more than the others, etc., etc. And Kotler and Wheeler in their book Stealing Fire, they talk about the power of what, I suppose. They talk about hedonic calendaring and how you can take these different activities that would nourish you, and I'd encourage you to think about the body, heart, mind, spirit and soul as well, maybe, to think about what you could do, but they talk about when you do it and how you calendar it in. And this has been really important in a lot of work that I do, because actually I work with, say, in a coaching environment. So what are you going to do this month, next month and the following month, etc. So daily habits that lead to bigger things and some bigger markers in the diary and the schedule, really. So this is their 5-step approach. I think it's could be simplified. Really, I'd say, what motivates you? All right, body, heart and mind, yeah, fine, get a bit more complex if you want. And ultimately, how can you diarize it? Look at 12 months, whatever you want to do, get a spreadsheet out, you diary it out. How can you do these things? Is it something you need to do once a year or every month? Who knows? But I suppose it's moving beyond that daily habit. They talk about their sort of areas. So note down all the things that you love to do to get out your head into the zone. Okay, get them down. Work out how potent or distracting this given activity is, and think about the higher the risk versus reward. What's the risk and reward kind of a payoff for that? And obviously the higher those are, the less you should be doing that in terms of that kind of annual basis versus monthly, let's say. They talk about putting their activities in different buckets. They talk about the daily, which is fine, but I think really for me, this is the power of moving beyond that. But weekly, monthly, seasonally, annually, I think it's more the latter end of stuff. It's the sort of thing, I've always wanted to do that, I've always wanted to go to that place or do that thing, and actually it requires you to book it, and it might require expense in terms of time and money, but how do you actually put that in? They also talk about connecting your practices with any existing sort of rhythms, because that gives it a little bit more chance of them succeeding, and actually have a bit of a break as well. I quite like this. It makes me a bit nervous, but to go cold turkey if you like for a month, and actually then you can reassess. And actually, when you notice you missed something, then you're really going to reevaluate and evaluate that was something important to you. So it's a tricky one, going cold turkey, but again, I quite like that. I haven't tried it personally, but the other stuff I have, and I've actually moved away from, I've added on with clients and the work that I do, the daily stuff, because that's the building block to really think about the kind of 3 monthly stuff or the quarterly stuff, whatever it might be.